Welcome to another edition of my weight loss journey. It's been one whole week, and wow, what a week it's been. Hey, this week I want to focus on aches and pains. And I've had aches and pains throughout. I mean, when I was a kid, it seemed like I could bounce back, no problem at all. I could just keep going all day long and just have a good old time. But as I got older, I ate quite a bit as a younger, but I was so active that it never really stuck on there. I was able to have a healthy looking body, and I was healthy for what I thought was the most part. The problem is, as I got older, I had less and less and less activity, and ate the same amount. In fact, sometimes added more than what I usually ate, and this way it just started packing on the pounds. Well, reversing that's something else. But we're here to talk about aches and pains. And with gaining all this weight, I've seemed to get more and more aches and pains. And, getting up out of bed was just so hard. My feet been just killing me. I've been trying to deal with that, and I've been doing research like crazy. And, you know, um, I've tried to type on my computer because, I want to do a lot of website work and work online, and my hands start locking up on me. I'm like, I'm not even really doing anything with my hand other than doing a little bit of typing. Well, a lot of people think it's carpal tunnel, which, it is in some cases, but I've been researching and researching. I'm like, I'm adamant about getting the proper type of nutrition, or, trying to avoid surgeries if possible. Not that I'm scared of surgeries, just I don't believe in them at some points. Well, I ran across a book called The MindBody Prescription: Healing the Body, Healing the Pain. There's going to be a link to show you where this book is at, and it's tremendous. I believe it was Dr. Sanos. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but he wrote the book. He had a bunch of patients coming in, and they were all complaining about chronic pain and a lot of their pain in the back or pain in here, pain in there, and he just, for the fun of it, did a bunch of X-rays on so-called healthy patients and these patients that were experiencing the pain. And a lot of times they would see that, in some of the healthy patients saying they have no pain, there'd be crooked back. There'd be stuff wrong with their back or stuff wrong with their knees, and they were saying they're perfectly fine. Well, he knew there had to be some kind of connection. So through his studies, he figured out that your mind has a connection with your body. And, I thought it was, BS, to be honest with you. And then I start thinking about it, and I go, you know what? Maybe some of my pain is through my mind. I mean, you can ask almost anybody, my mom, my grandma, and pretty much any friends, anybody I talk to, and they say, yeah, you're a hypochondriac, Mark. Okay, well, I'll take that. Anyway, um, I went ahead and I looked this book through, and I'm reading it, and I realize in my head there's this subconsciousness that, whether you want to believe it or not, causes you all kinds of stress, causes you all kinds of problems. It basically sends pain to different parts of your body to kind of keep your mind off of dealing with other issues that might be going on in your life. And as soon as you start to deal with your issues, the pain will slowly ease away. Now, this does not work if you have a legitimate medical condition with legitimate pain. I mean, granted, the pain I feel is real because my mind's doing it to me, but I'm thinking, wow, this pain, it jumps from my chest one day to my arm the next, to my hands, to my back, to my knees, and I'm like, if it's jumping pain, that's not really realistic here. I mean, it's real pain, but it's jumping all over. It has to be something else. And this book helped me identify that it's all in my head. And since I've been doing some of the techniques mentioned in the books, my pain has dramatically came down. Now, I still have pain in my feet, which I believe that is a medical condition, plantar fasciitis, and I've been dealing with that. In fact, I start feeling a lot better even this week with that. And combined with the new techniques that I'm using with mind over matter, if you will. And techniques to help me with my feet have been to pretty much just stay off of them, walk a little bit here and there, but don't do anything extra. Now, yesterday I was feeling good. I thought my feet were pretty good. I went disc golfing, and then I found out they weren't as good as I thought they were, because when I woke up today, it was pretty difficult to get out of bed. But hey, you know, that's fine. I tested it. I tried it. On to plan B. You know, if I go in the water, that's very low impact. That's my plan this week, is to go into the water and just walk back and forth in the pool. I could walk probably 5 miles doing that. It doesn't matter. That's what I want to do. So that leads me into going with the last week. You know, I pretty much laid off of exercise again, other than the 1 day of disc golf, and I only did a few holes at that. And then my eating it was really good some days, not so good than other days. You know, overall, it's better than what I usually do, so I still chalked up that as a win. I still haven't weighed myself because, you know, I don't feel, like I said last week, I don't feel necessary to weigh yourself every single week. It's better if I weigh like maybe every other, or maybe once a month or something like that. But overall, I'm feeling a lot better. And okay, I had the little setback of pain this morning, but I feel great because I identified it. I know, okay, that's too much stress. And for this upcoming week, I want to focus on a little more of what I was doing. And for sure, I'm cooking my meals ahead of time. This is critical. I did cook my meals a couple of the days ahead of time, but sure thing, when I did not cook my meals ahead of time, I ended up going to fast food. I mean, or no, not. I did go to fast food like 1 day. The other day I ended up ordering from a grocery store, but you know, I ended up buying stuff that I normally wouldn't have bought had I already bought in bulk and made my own meal ahead of time. So the grocery store too can be expensive if you're just trying to get a quick meal. I spent like $10 at the grocery store when I could have just spent a few dollars and pre-made it myself and then bring it to work the next day. And that's what I've been doing. So, but anyway, I'm all set up with that. So I'm going to start cooking this after this video here, and then I'll be ready for next week completely. You know, my whole life has just been in an overhaul the last couple months here, and I'm looking forward to life now. I mean, in the last couple years, it's like I just kind of went through the motions of life, and pretty much life has just passed me by. Well, not anymore. I'm actually being a go-getter. I'm doing things. I'm accomplishing things. They're not huge feats, but every little baby step brings you to adulthood. With that, I have to say goodbye. If you like this, subscribe, like, comment in the comments below, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.